Good morning, this is your general read for the collective. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it a little different for the overall energy. I'm going to do it by sign somewhat. So if you're dealing with the water signs, this will be that person's overall energy, or if you are yourself a water sign. The overall energy of the collective that are in the water sign group. Okay. So you're coming up as the shark. And if you are a earth sign, or the person you're dealing with is an earth sign. Maybe for those that are earth signs or dealing with someone that's an earth sign. The earth signs in the collective. Got the lamb for the earth sign. There's not very many of these. Kind of hard. Okay. We're all for the air. Firefly wanted to fly out. This is, of course, the fire. The fire signs. Overall energy for the fire signs. So you have fire, air, well, put air here, earth, and water. Okay, so the lion is a master of his art or his work, very peaceful, strength, and working on their personal growth. So this lion is working on his personal growth for the fire sign, but I feel like he's also sad and missing someone. It looks like he's has recently shed tears, missing someone. Kept him in the emotional state recently. Kind of feels like he's been a little not tethered, like torn between two people maybe. But like he's been through it, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's strong, with strength, going through the personal growth, maybe this is part of his spiritual growth and he's been doing his inner child healing, but it seems like he's a little sad, like he's kind of recently, he or she's been crying recently. The solar plexus chakra is yellowish orange and it's very little up here. While he is listening to his higher self, his spirit guides, definitely needs to work on the solar plexus more. I don't know why I went over there, but we're going to go with the shark. The shark is the water sign, of course. This is about desire, deep desire, mystery. This person, very direct, delves into things, delves into the truth, wants to get to the bottom of truth, but also delves into the emotions. And sharks live in the deep water, right? So when they dive into their emotions, they have to go deep into the emotions, deep to the dark, the bottom of the soul kind of emotions, and bring it up so that they can devour that and bring it to, release it, heal it, and release it to the ethers and so forth. Listening also to their higher self spirit guides. definitely looking this one. You don't want to assume anything with this person either. Like, don't assume that you know what they're thinking. They are in their truth, or they like to delve into your truth, and they expect the truth. Maybe they're an air sign instead. Maybe they cusp an air sign. Lamb always looks like such an innocent little critter. Kind of like someone that prey, like, you know, the energy on this gives me like the runt of the family, like the runt of the puppy. The litter of puppies has a runt. This little lamb reminds me of the runt. But, you know, when the runt has a lot to get through, they have to fight to get to the mother's milks, right? Because that tiny one has to fight through all those big, strong puppies to get to it. So they actually build more strength and courage, I think, because they have more to go through when they're that way. More inner strength and confidence in themselves. Listening to their higher self, their intuition. Their throat chakra's open, their heart chakra's open, their solar plexus is good. They might want to work more on their grounding for this. There's not much red here. Also, this very prophetic person, like prophecy, like in their service, their spiritual growth, working on their spiritual growth for peaceful. They are usually very peaceful, but also looking more into gaining inner peace. Thank you. The firefly. This is the air sign. The firefly is very cute. Always liked catching them as a kid. This is about brainstorming, inspiration. They have bright ideas right away, and you know they want to get right to it. Boom. But then maybe the energy dies down, so they delegate it off to someone else to work on for a while. It's their energy comes in bursts or shots, like short. Intense but short, perhaps. Also, can be fleeting if they're not feeling well. They're in their emotions. Then perhaps they would be more of a hermit type energy. Then they would just stay to themselves and fleet the crowds and not being with themselves, because the air signs are always so intelligent but intellectual. They like being at the top of their game. When they're not, then it kind of puts them in a I'm just going to go meditate on something I'm good at. But they do love to learn more things. This one is also just shining brightly. Definitely learning more and more about their spiritual growth, working on that solar plexus. They have the courage, the strength. Their sacral chakra is activated. Buzzing, I hear. Okay. Spirit, give us true, precise messages, general messages for the collective, the Divine Feminine first, please. Give me messages for the Divine Feminine. True, pray. True, precise messages for the Feminine, please. Okay. This one was the last. Oh. Maybe this is that spurt of sacral chakra. Oi, 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 oi. I don't know, I got 10. I almost... Huh. I'm so glad. I almost feel like half of that was supposed to be the masculines, but... Was all that for the feminines? No, Spirit said that's all for feminine. Okay, Claire, give me true and precise messages for the masculine and the collective. Give me true and precise messages for the masculine. Well, alright. Switch decks. Okay, true and precise messages for the masculine. True and precise messages for the masculine. I, of course, shuffled all the decks before I start the reading, so they were good to go. Definitely have a lot of energy behind me today. I think we'll need 2 more. Okay, ready? Okay. I think that was trying to jump out, but I don't know which one, so. All over the place there. Okay. The lion, the firefly, the lamb, and the shark. So the divine feminine is feeling like the Queen of Pentacles in her love, nurturing, stable within herself, listening to her higher self, just focusing on earning her own pentacles, understanding the science behind it. Got it? Kind of doing her thing, like focusing on herself. She's recently released or turned, within to heal herself, to heal her own situation, to focus on those pentacles, to make sure that she's stable, so that, and not worry about what's going on over there with the divine counterpart. Queen of Wands. I get the energy this is the other part over there. This would be like the girlfriend, the karmic, the side piece of the divine masculine that's showing up. So due to this, thank you Spirit, due to this situation, staying in her ground, not wanting to budge, it's almost, I'm just getting a very stubborn energy on this. She's not moving. She's, going to tell the masculine how it is type energy. And that's her right if she's married to that person, to be that stubborn. So the divine feminine is not worried about what's over there. She's got her back turned to that situation, just focusing on herself. Okay, because she is the high priestess. Let me get some of these out of my way. Because she is the high priestess, she's doing her own studying, working, teaching others, I'm hearing right now, even perhaps doing like the channel or coaching others on their journey of the science behind the connection, learning. She's going within, healing her own inner child still as issues or, triggers arise day to day, little things. She's able to still go in and heal them right away and release them to the ethers. And then, of course, daily or in the evening, sends that healing energy to not only her divine counterpart, but his inner child as well. She's definitely in tune and very powerful, stepping or seated here in her power. She understands without darkness, there is no light, but this is someone with her understanding of the science and possibly even magical or spell work. She's not afraid to go into the shadows, to heal things, to understand things, to cut those generational curses, to delve into the dark, delve into the underworld even, I'm hearing, to bring up those things that need to still be healed for others or for the past life issues. She understands that this person exists, I guess you would say, right? I feel like this was really reversed for some reason, but Spirit's saying that this was the feminine, so she knows that she's divine, the divine feminine. She knows her place, her power. She knows her worth, which is why she pulled back to begin with. She's not going to allow herself to be an option or a side piece or someone's dirty little secret. So she has surrendered the situation to Spirit to say, you deal with the counterpart, Spirit, and awaken him, or do whatever needs to be done over there. Well, I'm over here working on pentacles, listening and growing in my spiritual growth. So she has surrendered this connection so that she's not worried about what's going on over there. She's just working within herself and on her journey. She senses that he is thinking of her. She still hears him with telepathic communication back and forth. She has uprooted both, and she understands that he too, because of the connection, perhaps they taught one another through triggers and so forth, but he too has uprooted his old belief system and has planted or planting new belief systems in place, but they're solid. They're on a solid foundation, not on sand per se. But digging up the old things in the closet, dirty skeletons in the closet, and healing them as well. And she understands that he is going through that he too is working on his pentacles. She also senses the energy coming towards her. Perhaps he's bringing in a message this week to the Divine Feminine because of the pull, the magnetic pull. Once the Divine Feminine chose to move back, she shines so brightly. Of course, it's going to bring other quarters. Let's see, maybe soulmates that from past love. It's going to draw them in because other people see how brightly she shines, right? So this force, this has caused a magnetic force within the Divine Masculine to want to come charging in with truth, to come charging in with messages, because when she surrendered the situation, Spirit had probably, maybe he was gone for a tower, but I don't see it here. But he's coming to communicate regarding maybe the devil energy that was there, the addictions, the sexual, or the other women in his life. Either way, the Tower card is here. This could be a good tower or a bad tower. For some, perhaps it wasn't, whatever he has to talk about the situation is not going to be enough to make the Divine Feminine come back yet. Perhaps she still feels that, senses the energy in him that he still needs to heal more. Maybe when she feels that energy and she knows her highest vibration that she is at, and if he's still of a lower vibration, then she needs to wait and she will stay pulled back, focusing on her own spiritual growth while he grows and heals and raises his own vibration. So the Tower moment's going to strike here on his behalf because of that situation. And while it may affect the Divine Feminine as well when she has to turn that away, but she has to be strong in herself. She has to be courageous and know her worth and know that she's doing the best thing for her energy, for her spiritual growth, and really for the connection, because if it's not at the right alignment and it comes together, then it's going to fall apart, have to go through separation again, and then come back again. So bring it together at the right alignment, at the right time. Okay, so for the masculines, he's starting off while she's already pulled away, right? And she's focusing on herself over here, healing. So the divine masculine's in hermit stage, trying to figure out what did I do type thing, you know. Maybe there was words said, maybe there was a fight, maybe something spurred that pulling away. However, the divine masculine is going within to do some studying of his own. He knows that she's the light that guides him, and so he has taken time out to interflect on that situation. Six of Wands. He wants to bring communication, perhaps even a peace offering forward, but he's really nervous. He's all suited up. His armor is down. His sword is up. It's kind of like these wands here are almost blocking him. So he wants to, well, there's a desire here in this card for him to come, but his fear is going to block him, per se. The fear, he needs to build up the courage, work on that solar plexus chakra, so that he has the strength to come in like this, mask up, sword in the, in his upright. He wants to come forward to the high priestess, but he knows that she is the high priestess and that she's of such a high vibration and in her power. He sees her worth now. He sees that she shines, she glows, and she has other suitors. Thank you, Spirit, finally thought of the word. He knows now that she has seen, because that she is the high priestess, that Spirit shows her without the veil there. The veil is lifted to a high priestess. She sees lies, but the truth behind the lies. She sees behind the deceit, and when she goes, she can see through the darkness, because she is the light. She shines light on the darkness, on that deceit. She can bring it forward to truth. So this makes him very nervous. I'm hearing he's very intimidated by the high priestess as well. And you have high priestess under high priestess. He's also, because this is under this, he also knows that he has to confront this situation about that. Alright, so here we have the Page of Wands for the masculine, divine masculine, just thinking about trying to move forward, but all he can think about her. She's all that's on his mind. Even at night, when he goes to sleep at night, when he eats, everything is about her. He just can't get the thought of her and their time together, that energy. He misses that energy, because it's the magnetic pole. It's that oneness. It makes him feel, he's the other half of the soul. Six of Swords. He really wants to put this behind him and move forward to calmer waters. Really trying to. He's probably even tried to pull away. He may have even tried to cut the cords. And Divine Feminines with the mirroring effect, remember that you're definitely going to feel that. So if he tries to cut the cords or tries to start to leave the situation, you're going to feel that heart pull, that magnetic pull, like a heartache for just out of the blue. But you're physically going to feel that as well. And you'll know that that's what he's working on. Started to think that he should just leave this behind, because when she surrendered this, Spirit started sending him power moments or triggers, tests, right? Things that had to make him go through an initiation of tests to help him reach rock bottom or reach down, to go through the transformation, the rebirth, so that he could raise up his energy level. Knights of Pentacles, he's coming out of that with wanting to let go of control of this and come forward with a message, come forward with perhaps a token of like a peace offering, so that he can see and test the waters. Here he wants to test the waters with a little bit, so that he can see if it's safe to come in, because he probably senses that maybe she might be in a Queen of Swords energy. But Five of Pentacles, he's really feeling left out in the cold. He really feels like she's not turned her back on him, but he doesn't know why this was such an intense connection and such deep love, that he doesn't know why she just shut the door on this connection and why she gave up. In reality, that's only how he sees it. She didn't give up. She had to do what she did to show her worth. So, hit that light bulb on for him. Regarding the lover situation, the flame, the passion died down with all the lies, the deceit, the devil energy, the 3-party situations, the 4-party situations, right? The not wanting to be, she didn't want to be an option. She was seeing things from a higher perspective, and she wants that passion to be reignited, to feel that again. But until he can be in his truth, things have to stay at like this tree over here has no little flames, they're burned down. This one over here has still got a few embers of flames on it, so you know, once they come back together again, it'll reignite that passion, Spirit's saying. But she set her boundaries, and she is standing by them, so when he comes forward, and he knows this, that those boundaries were set, this is the line we drew, you know, you're going to come to me, right, and we can move to calm waters. Oh, shoot. I'll be right back. In the oven. Text messages clarifying the card. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles for the... Okay. Yes. Wow. She's already ready to go. She moved forward on her own for her own mission, following Spirit's guidance. And the karmic, clarify the karmic. Clarify that this Queen of Wands is the karmic. Balancing with the 2 of Coins. Clarify 2 of Coins. Juggling, my bad. I was saying balancing, but yeah, Spirit just said it was juggling. Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Not communicating regarding the situation. Keeping it a secret. Regarding the emotions for the King of Cups, and not having communication about these emotions. about the sneaky deceit and deception that was going on. She already knew about it. The moon card here illuminated that. So she had to go within and heal herself. She knows that the pair of the divine masculine and divine feminine are tied together with this divine cord by the science of this journey. She's sitting comfortably by the calm waters, basking in the moonlight, caring for herself, nurturing herself, while she knows that he's over there doing his thing and Spirit will take care of his healing for her. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Clarify Nine of Cups. All about options. Woo. Okay, so the options, Nine of Cups card, the 3 cups over here, and he knew that this was the divine cup, the one that he really wanted, his wish fulfillment, but he still was keeping these 3 here. He had the choice of 3 others besides himself, so it's more than a 3-party situation, but he thought this was going to bring him wish fulfillment, but he couldn't decide which one for whatever reason. He wants to come in with peace offering, laying down the swords so that there's no fight regarding this. And the blue is the throat chakra, so he definitely wants to speak, but again, I get the peace offering here feeling, right? And regarding the fact that he knows she holds the key to his heart, he wants to bring her a gift so that they can be abundantly working together as partners. 9 of Coins, he knows that she's beautiful, he thinks that she's just radiant, that she's in control of her emotions, that she's emotionally intelligent, abundant in all things, and he does hear her speak, he hears her telecommunication. She knows she's sending him messages, and even though that she's pulled away. Okay, Judgment. Clarify Judgment. Judgment card. Clarify Judgment. Regarding the 3-party situation, many tears have fallen on both sides for this matter, or maybe even all 3. I'm sure the karmic person, if she knew about it, and she most likely did, I'm sure there was tears shed there too. We was reminded of regard. Spirit says we need to also see things from the karmic's point of view, so that we're not judgmental. Thank you, Spirit. So that we're not judgmental, see things from her point of view. She's put time and effort into her relationship with the masculine, and that he's also been, she's in a 3rd-party situation as well. So, yeah, there's that. Spirit wanted me to remind us all to keep things in perspective, but even from that point of view, from other points of view of thinking. And Judgment is here for the Page of Pentacles, regarding the masculine, the way this went down regarding the High Priestess. There's a divine connection, and he chose wrong. And perhaps now he knows that he chose wrong. This was manifested. The divine masculine is trying to manifest this back, a way of fixing this regarding those options. That a tower moment happened so he could have his transformation and rebirth, because he doesn't want to struggle with this anymore regarding the three-party situation, the mess that he made. He's trying to clean up the mess he made, I heard. Clarify the... Actually, let's clarify the devil card. Clarify the devil card for the divine masculine. Okay. Some of that devil energy may have been greed. 6 of coins. Some of it was other women in a pregnancy, I heard. So someone got someone pregnant in this connection. The divine masculine perhaps got another woman pregnant. Or this is also the Empress. If he hasn't, then perhaps he was starting a new cycle over with the karmic. These are in reverse, so regarding that situation, the Sun card is in reverse. Not going to have a happy ending on that, and it is not something to celebrate the pregnancy. Maybe I don't know if she ends up. For some reason, I hate to say this, but for some reason abortion came into mind when I got that not something to celebrate. So perhaps someone's thinking they're going to end the pregnancy. I'll leave that there. Tower. Or maybe they miscarried. Tower. Clarify the Tower card for them feminine. Maybe that was the news regarding the Queen of Wands. Yeah. Somebody found out about the pregnancy, which made it all that much worse, which was the Tower card. Or found out about the abortion and it caused the Tower. Regarding 2 people, had to choose. The key only fits in one box and there's 2 wands, so he still had to choose which one. He chose wrong because of his devil energy. He couldn't put it aside, so Spirit had to bring the Tower in to put a death to that situation. And this is also the rebirth, so that something new can grow. He's gone through the transformation and a rebirth, so that that seed that was planted, something divinely can grow. So, the cups. Because, options, 9 of cups. There's more options because of the options. That was over here. Right. This is heavy energy with this, reading for some reason, like. So people are worried about this. Try not to worry. Try to just do your self-healing. Go within anything that triggers you. You know, think of rainbows. Because someone's worrying a lot about this, and some are thinking heavily that it's not going to work out, and they're really spending time in tears and worrying about it. It's just such a weighted feeling doing the reading. Whereas when I was doing those, I mean, it was a much lighter energy. The Hermit card. Clarify the Hermit card for the masculine. Okay, so he's had the rebirth, remember, with the Tower card over there at the end. So he's no longer a zombie in the earth, like an earthling. He's transformed with this rebirth, and now it's something to celebrate after he's gone in with the hermit. Okay, which caused him to go in as a hermit. Spirit said he had to go in hermit to rest because of the energy that's you know, during the transformation and the rebirth, takes a lot out of him. So he had to go into the rebirth to recognize all these new gifts and things that he's been enlightened to now that he's had his rebirth. Clarified the Six of Wands, which is why he feels ashamed coming out as a Six of Wands, because he's seen all the destruction that he's caused, the mess that he's made. Sun card in reverse still. Anything else for the Six of Wands? But now it's an end. Yes, okay. So that closed out that cycle. So this was an end of a cycle, and now starting a new cycle for him after the rebirth. And he looked himself in the mirror and saw that he didn't like what he saw. So he needs to make amends. He's seen all the horror of the things that he's done to hurt the High Priestess, and needs to correct this. Clarify High Priestess here. Wheel of Fortune will now turn forward with the High Priestess underneath. Page of Wands. Clarify his Page of Wands. And that is the truth, Spirit says, with the Ace of Swords. Also, it's him shooting high into the stars with truth for a new beginning, a new start, and to move past the clouds, the dark clouds that have loomed over him. Six of Swords, moving forward, moving out of this now. Six of Swords. Six of Swords was Judgment card. Judging himself now. And judging the actions that he took, making him want to leave this. He doesn't know how the feminine could ever forgive him. So he thinks he needs to move forward out of this. And he's afraid that the feminine might judge him. Three of Drums, Three of Coins, celebration. He's celebrating the new him, going in, meditating, being in nature, looking over the things that he still has to be thankful for. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Even the deck of cards feels heavy. Weird. Different energy, definitely. Okay, let's see. So first we have the Ace of Wands, new beginning. Start over, disregarding this flame of passion. He wants to reignite this flame of passion with this Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. And Spirit has shown him that he is a healer and he has healing hands. He's been Spirit's been showing him with birds synchronicities and Spirit, the masks he was wearing in the past as well. And that this is, while he's out in the cold, he's being shown these things. In reverse is the Princess of Drums or Princess of Coins, which is these bears. The mother bear there is protecting the baby cub, nurturing themselves. This is her going within and nurturing herself. But it's in reverse, so he's still, perhaps he's still in a state where he's celebrating what he has, but he hasn't quite gone in to keep healing himself and being nurturing to the Divine Feminine yet. He's not reaching out yet. Three of Swords is Spirit again showing him he needs to see things from a higher perspective. Lovers. Clarify this Lovers card there. Clarify the Lovers card for the masculine. Yeah, the cards won't talk to that one. Yep. How did we not know? This isn't the Divine Feminine. Regarding the Lovers, the passion went out over here. It was dead and dying because it was from someone, from devil energy, someone that was entrapping him with her, what did I call that? Seductress here, with her sacral chakra. There's a rope around it. She also has a snake on her leg, and her staff that guides the way she walks, right? Our staff is, we walk with it, and it guides you as you walk down your path. And her guide is a cobra. So, and her sidekick here is an anaconda or a boa constrictor squeezing that pillar. And then there's also one over here. These doors back here are closed. They look locked, and it's very black and behind her. So, the Lovers, this situation, the passion dropped out because the three-party situation, clarified with the Three of Cups, something stinks. There were stones thrown, people were lying, there was deceit regarding the situation of her trapping him, or just kept seducing him to keep him to stay, to keep him coming back to her. But with the three-party situation, that's, I'm getting the energy, that's 3 other women, not 1. Pretty much, I'm surprised we don't have a Knight of Wands out here for the player energy. Okay, 7 of Wands. Clarify the 7 of Wands, and that's why the High Priestess set her boundaries. Set her boundaries, saying, I know my worth, I'm not an option, and I'm not playing that game. No mind games. You want this. Step up. Clarify 7 of Wands for the masculines. Yep. She set her boundaries, and all of a sudden Spirit showed him that he was being something he wasn't, with the horns coming out up here, and illuminated his snake energy, his devil energy, made him take a good look at it in the mirror and show him what the situation really was and what it was doing. Three-party situation, these 3 naked women entertaining him. This could certainly be 3 men to a woman as well. Doesn't, gender is however it fits for your situation. Not always the masculine that has the 3-party situation. Okay, what did I say? I'm surprised we didn't. Well, we got the Knight of Wands, that player energy, trying to tame the dragon here. He's trying to tame the that anaconda that was with that lady right there. This one. So he's trying to tame that energy within him of being a player, that in and out with different people. He looked in the mirror again and again and saw that he was being someone he wasn't. His reflection was not who he was, and people saw him as something totally different than what he saw himself as being in this situation. So over here in the work, he's this person. Over at home, he's this person. Maybe out with the guys, he's over this person. But he was also hiding it. He's being sneaky. We have someone over here hiding behind the corner. Alright? And he finally realized he has to put an end to it. 10 of Wands. That this foggy, dark energy, he keeps feeling attacked now, like this cat is attacking him, so he's putting an end to it, so he turns his back to that, and comes out the Knight of Swords, wants to move forward in his truth. Put an end to the stabbing up in the pain of the 10 of Swords in the back, and bridge the gap of the broken steps, the stairs that way between the two of you that are broken. coming up the King of Wands now, so he's stepped up his game. He's had to wrestle that dragon, wrestle that beast that was within him, and it's been a battle, and people here have watched him struggle with this. But he's finally ready to dance to the beat of his own drum, and those seeds he's planted are growing well, so that he can offer that cup of love to himself first. Of course, he needs to go within and fill his own cup of love before he can offer it to the Divine Feminine. He's realizing now that he's planted seeds in the wrong place. Well, obviously we have an Empress that's pregnant. I don't know where it came from. Needless to say, 2 of coins, 2 of drums. Needs to clean up all these weeds and take this plant outside. It doesn't belong in the house, right? But then he's also going within and cleaning up the weeds in his spirit too. Yes, 2 of Cups is always the better than the Lovers card. This is the divine connection where you're nurturing one another equally. You're giving energy one way, they give energy back. Equal give and take of love and energy. Alright, and ends to the self-imposed 9 of Swords, 9 of Bows, realizing that his spirit guides have been there all along to help him, and he still chose to be tied, to be trapped. Now he's willing to take a leap of faith forward, and not letting anything hold him back. And he's coming forward in truth to bridge that gap again between the 2 of you, because now he's willing to turn his back to the illusions, that things that were eluding him, those women there, so that the Chariot can move forward, because he knows she is the star, the light that guides him on this journey, on this path. And he wants to be able to look himself in the mirror again and recognize who that man is, because in the past he's had to look in the mirror and not like who he saw and had to change it. That wasn't him. He didn't realize what he had become. And Spirit's planted, put 10 of Cups, planted an ending to the past and planted a new seed for this new beginning. And he's having the strength to do that. Basically, he's definitely gone through some trials, tribulation. He's gone through, with the Judgment as well. He's gone through the transformation, the rebirth of the soul that the Divine Feminines have already gone through before we reach our High Priestess level, right? We heal first. We are the leaders. We go through all this first so that we can then lead them in the healing. And remember, Divine Feminines, that we are to be forgiving and come from a place of unconditional love. And once he's transformed, once he's reborn, he's going to be a new person. So anything of the past needs to be forgiven and forgotten and moved forward when he comes. Have mercy on his soul, basically, I'm saying, for the pregnancy, for the 3-party situations, for the the things that have occurred. We have to have mercy on not only our own souls for putting, if we allowed ourselves to get trapped in a 3-party situation, but have mercy on him for the action, so that now that he's healed and is new, he's a changed man. It's like meeting someone new all over. You may not even recognize, Spirit says you may not even recognize the man that comes before you or stands before you. He's mastered his heart chakra. He's glowing. He's shining brightly. He's going to come to you a new man, a new person, because he's a new soul. Anything else for masculine? Okay, just do these real quick and then be done. Opportunity is here. This is beckoning. Don't turn your back on it. Alright? Coming together is happening. It's just don't watch you've planted the seed. You nurture you, and don't be watching and waiting for it to happen. Just nurture, yes. Just nurture it from afar. Nurture yourself knowing that the more you glow and work on you, that's very attracting and magnetic pull to him. Sadness and isolation. Don't allow yourself to get down in the depression of when's he coming, and don't isolate yourself. Be out there and shine brightly. You are beautiful, and Spirit wants you to share your gifts. Namaste.